Chapter 71, Replica Pope. Well then, time to end the little test here. I shall start taking this seriously. The Pope readies his sword. Then, the form changes to a spear. The shape changed while retaining its luxurious design. Looking at the weapons, you can tell it was made by the same person. Now, Fumi. It can transform. Pope. Of course, it is a legendary weapon after all. Sword, spear, and bow. What shall I purify you with? Holy weapon of the 3 legendary heroes. The power of 3 legendary heroes merged together into one weapon turns its fangs against the hero of the shield. That is quite the composition. Even if I tried to escape, can it even be done against an opponent who wields such a weapon? That shockwave was too fast to dodge. If he takes this seriously and uses a bow skill, it might even be impossible for Fyro to escape. Pope. You see, our power from the believers is limited. So allow me to end this with a single blow. The knights are wholeheartedly supporting the Pope in the background. The weapon was pointed towards us. The replica spear shines, and from the light transforms into a 3-pronged spear. Motoyasu. High-class skill Bryanak. Hero of the spear Motoyasu cries out. It is probably a skill name from a game which Motoyasu has played. That means this is a considerably high-class skill. It would normally do an enormous amount of damage. Will the skill kill us? Escaping is impossible. I have to block it. Motoyasu and the others are unable to. Only the shield can. Is this move going to attack from all sides? No matter what, I have no intention of giving up. Now, Fumi. Fyro. Okay. Fyro grasps my intention and throws me directly at the Pope. The moment the Pope entered the range of my skill, I shouted its name. Now, Fumi. Shield prison. A cage of shields imprisons the Pope. After I will use change shield, attack. Then Iron Maiden will surely kill him. Pope. What kind of imitation is this? He didn't even need to take a posture. The prison was destroyed merely by the skill's after effect. No way. No, I need to calm down and think about this. The requirements to activate Iron Maiden weren't met, and it's my only other means of attacking. I'll just burn him with self-burning curse. However, he grips the spear and begins his attack. I think not. Neofume. Fyro, throw Motoyasu at me. Motoyasu, Fyro, okay. Motoyasu, who hasn't landed, yet is hurled towards me by Fyro. Motoyasu, Daoweaya. Motoyasu shouts in panic while flying towards me at a high speed. Now, Fumi, Motoyasu attack me. Motoyasu, Oh, I see, okay. Motoyasu turns out to be quite sharp. While I turn around, Motoyasu readies his spear. And with a thud, the spear hits my shield. That's right. This is good. Motoyasu, Meteor Spear. Next, Motoyasu releases his skill towards the Pope. Pope, foolish. However, Motoyasu's Meteor Spear was stopped by an unknown barrier around the Pope. Motoyasu, what? Now, Fumi. Now try this. With me at the center, the self-burning curse flames fly out and engulfs the Pope. Motoyasu is also hit. The barrier surrounding the Pope suddenly vanishes, and the flames, Pope. It's useless. The believers accompanying the Pope immediately begin chanting in unison. Knights, our God commands the origin of power. I have read and deciphered a law of nature. Purify this curse with a miracle. Knights, high-class purification magic sanctuary. The area was dyed pure white and my self-burning curse was instantly removed. No way. Certainly the curse power conflicts with holy power. Was I deceived into buying holy water? Oh well, it did do enough. High-class holy water should still be required to completely cure the curse. But instantly. Now, Fumi. Air strike shield. Second shield. Before reaching the Pope, I called the shields as a foothold. Motoyasu and I both use it to back off. It seems the flames that also burnt Motoyasu were purified. There is nothing I haven't used yet. Now, Fumi. Okay. Motoyasu's companion heal us with recovery magic. Woman, alright. Suvate. Heal. Motoyasu's wounds healed considerably. This is becoming quite useful. What's sad is that I'm forced to work with Motoyasu. Pope. Now then, are you finished with your farce? I would like to attack now. As the Pope begins to activate a skill, the tip of his spear glows. Pope, this is as far as you go. I bid the devil and the impostor goodbye. The spear shines even brighter than before, and the Pope smiles at us. His attitude is as if he completed an exorcism. Fyro, Melchon. Fyro instantly covers Melty. Raphtalia grasps my hand. Motoyasu, so this is it. Motoyasu mutters as if he has given up. Malti, I am going to become the queen of this country. How dare you be so rude dash, the bitch is screaming before death. Motoyasu's companions begin to lose their composure and breaks down crying. Is there any possibility that I can withstand this? It's sink or swim. With nothing to lose, I step forward. Of course I would rather not defend those guys. I just want to protect Raphtalia, Phiro, and Melty. They are the ones who have believed in me. I ready my shield and step forward. Raphtalia, I'll accompany you. Raphtalia follows me as I step forward. With her hand on mine. We've gotten this far together. I was brought to this world against my will and became the devil of the shield, and was forced to buy a slave to become my fighting force. Of course, even to now, there is no sense of guilt. Still, even in those days, she believed in me. Naofumi, I'm sorry to bring you to such a place. Raphtalia, no, Naofumi-sama, I believe you can protect us all. Motoyasu, that's right. I don't know how the previous hero of the spear was, but this is definitely one of his skills. Not yet. I will not be finished in such a place. The chance to finally counterattack the mastermind is right in front of me. Bryanak, I'm not sure which Celtic myth it is from, but I will stop it. The Pope raises the spear towards the sky. Run, 100 sword. Itsuki, meteor bow. Suddenly, a wave of swords and arrows rained down onto the Pope. Pope, what's going on? Since I broke down the Pope's barrier, he was forced to stop casting his skill and twirl the spear around to deflect all the swords and arrows. I turned my gaze to where the voice came from. There I see. Oh my. You two should have already been purified by the judgment of God. Why are you here? Rin and Itsuki are standing in a line with their parties. Rin, don't just kill me off without my permission. In the first place, did you even confirm our corpses? Itsuki, that was a close call. I barely made it in time. Rin and Itsuki call out to us while preparing for battle. Pope, oh dear, if there was even a need to confirm your bodies, then there would have been no reason to use that magic. I looked to where the attack previously landed. Certainly, there is a slim chance of even finding a corpse within the crater. Not even a trace would remain. But I endured it though. When looking at Rin, my body feels heavy. The shield makes a commotion about who I should be directing my hatred towards. The rage of the dragon is producing anger meant for Rin. I have to endure it. I cannot act violently now. Motoyasu. You guys, how did you? Motoyasu is looking at Rin and Itsuki like he's looking at dead people. Well, Motoyasu isn't wrong. It's definitely strange that all the heroes have gathered in such a remote area. The last time I saw them was in the opposite direction heading towards Siltwelt. Rin, a group called Shadow helped us. Itsuki, yeah, it was a close call. Motoyasu, did a guy called Shadow tell you about Naofumi's whereabouts? Rin, he said that he was on the church's side. If I think about it, it's strange that they're able to predict our escape route and lay an ambush. In other words, Motoyasu was able to pinpoint my location thanks to the help from the shadows on the Three Heroes Church. We also met a shadow during our escape. That reminds me. Naofumi. I was told the shadows are splintered. Rin. Yeah, the shadows who saved our lives said they worked for the Queen. I see, the Queen's shadows are collaborating. I'll assume that the shadows who helped Itsuki and Rin are from the Queen's faction. Is this because the Queen has a hostile relationship with the Pope? At least now the Queen and the four heroes are hostile against the Pope and his Three Heroes Church. However, these guys look like they came from an old weekly manga. It's like they were waiting for the perfect timing to appear. The leader of the heroes' side is Motoyasu. The archenemy position is me. I'm not kidding. Is it possible to clear up the misunderstanding if I had a companion character there? Like in the manga. Unfortunately, I have no intentions of becoming a companion of Motoyasu or any of them. Rin, a punitive force will be arriving soon. Surrender quietly. Rin declares as if he already won. However, the Pope doesn't seem to be worried at all. Pope, our victory is certain no matter how many you bring. No matter what the armed forces bring, they're just numbers. It's meaningless. The Pope gets in position to activate his skill again. Rin, I wonder about that. Itsuki, of course. The two heroes both shoot a skill at the Pope. Rin, meteor sword. Itsuki, Metaro bow. Arrows and swords made of light head directly towards the Pope. Previous chapter, next chapter. Chapter 72, Wrath Shield, Meteor Sword. Meteor bow. Rin and Itsuki's prided meteor series attacks are fired at the Pope, but the Pope is covered by another barrier, keeping a cool face while wielding the replica spear. Rin and Itsuki's companions also use their skills and magic. However, the barrier is deployed again, so nothing comes close to harming the Pope. As expected of imposters, you only have this degree of strength. Damn, this is harsh. To think you would have such a hidden card to play. What did you guys even come for? Even with these guys, our chance of success is still almost nil. Do you guys even have any plan in mind? Just how much long do you plan on making fun of us? Rin and Itsuki's weapons start to glow, but this time they charge up their energy before attacking. Thunder Slash. Thunder Shot. The Pope looks startled, and his eyes open wide as he receives the attack, his barrier creaking. It's too late. I've already bought enough time. The barrier was destroyed due to my self-burning curse last time, and Motoyasu and the Rotten Heroes were also able to break through it this time. I could still fight, but I'm out of SP. That's just the whining of a loser. I haven't helped them so far because I did not expect them have such strong skills. Is it too late to jump in? Have I been too cautious? Fufufu. Foolish heroes. Did you truly think you could beat me, the wielder of the legendary weapon? The believers immediately use recovery magic on the Pope to heal him. This is troubling. The attack that took so much effort to land was healed in one go. If the others help suppress you, I'll defeat you. It is my duty as a hero. Everyone, the aria of judgment will now commence. The Pope's believers nod and begin to recite magic. All of the imposters and their companions are evil. Wow, quite fanatic. I'm not sure we can win this fight, even if the reinforcements that Rin and Itsuki called show up. Now then, shall we finish this? The Pope is going to seriously kill us. Bryanak has been ready for a while, and now he charges at us. No, Fumi, what? Rin approaches me and asks, let's combine our power and beat this guy. Honestly, cooperating with you guys is far too unpleasant. It's impossible to successfully escape. Furthermore, if they use the spell, Judgment, again, I don't think that I can endure it. Someone must attack me with hostility, and then I must get in close proximity of the Pope. After that, get away from me. My attack will affect anyone in range. The only effective weapon I have is Self-Burning Curse. If it comes to close range, I should somehow manage. I understand. Then, what are you waiting for? I cast support magic on everyone and issue instructions, preparing myself to protect those who will attack with close combat from both physical and magical damage. The heroes attack, supported by magic, their defense buffed, in an unexpectedly organized formation. Let's go. We rush towards the Pope first. The Pope is ignoring us and concentrating on his skill. The only way for me to deal a decisive blow is to receive a hit myself. Since I regularly develop my defense, this skill requires a lot of damage to activate. Now, Fumi. Motoyasu's spear hits my shield, activating Self-Burning Curse. Yo. The believers not singing the aria of judgment try to purify the flames, but of the barrier shatters anyway. Immediately, I cast Air Strike Shield and Change Shield, then use Hook to withdraw behind the other heroes. Hook's special effect lets me manipulate it however I want, so I tie it around my arm and use it as an anchor. Thunder Slash. Lightning Spear. Thunder Shot. The other heroes use their strongest skills against the Pope. Bryanak. However, the Pope counters with his skill. The Pope's skill and the hero's skills clash against each other, and the two sides. Conflicting energies fill the air with the electric crackling. Gu. You. Dariawa. I am reminded of an old anime where two beams collide and fight for superiority in both offense and defense. The hero's companions are also support them with magic, pushing the Pope back little by little. Or so I thought. Fufu, is that it? The Pope's smile remains undiminished. No way. He was holding back? No. Not yet. I will not be defeated yet. That's right. We can still fight. Yeah, let's raise the output. The three of them use all their SP on their skills. Though it's just a little, I'll try to help too. But I cannot rid myself of the ominous feeling that something is wrong. Now then, shall we end this soon? The Pope murmurs indifferently, increasing his power. *T. If we die here, it would be troublesome. I mean, I wanted the others to die, but the timing right now is terrible. I push away the heroes to stop their skills and step forward. I almost can't withstand the pain as energy passes through my body, but I hold out my shield and endure it desperately. After what seems an age, the energy dissipates. Huh. Interesting. I did not expect the devil of the shield to be able to withstand that. The Pope declares quietly, swinging the spear around. Hey, are you okay? I look back, but all I can see is a blur. Everything except for a small area behind me was completely destroyed. Fortunately, I did not receive too much damage, thanks to those supporting me from behind. Survey, heal. My wounds were immediately healed thanks to the recovery magic. If the other 3 heroes hadn't reduced that attack's power with their skills, I would have died. Damn, our SP. Me too. Same here. I give the 3 of them SP recovery potions. We probably won't have enough time to completely recover though. I suddenly hear a loud war cry. It seems the reinforcements that Ren called have arrived. Now then, I have had enough of this farce with the devil. I shall dispose of all of you and summon the true heroes. But first, why don't I keep those people occupied for now? The Pope changes the spear into a sword and takes up a stance. The sword blade's shape takes on the semblance of a phoenix. Perhaps this skill is even more superior to Bryanak. Dangerous. Those guys from the punitive force have no idea that the Pope has something like this up his sleeve. There is the possibility they will all be wiped out at once. Everyone, let's provide judgment together. He intends to attack together with his subordinates. Although only a bit, we have gained some time. So we could only come this far. The other heroes are all pale. No matter how reckless we act, our chances of success are low. No, wasn't it also like this against Motoyasu? Can I say that I did my best? Did I do my best? Suddenly, it comes to me. It's a desperate gamble, but we're dead anyway. We might as well give it all we have. Run, come here for a moment. What's up? Do you have a plan? After I tell Rin to approach, he does so suspiciously. Doken, SFX, pulsing, the shield's pulsing strengthens, and it begins to vibrate. I was intentionally sealing off the Dragon Core's rage towards Renup until now. The memory is being projected in my vision again, and the shield wants to slaughter the enemy before me. That's right. More. Give me more anger. Thanks to Raphtalia, I can control the massive amount of rage pouring from the shield of anger. Raphtalia, your hand. Okay. I join hands with Raphtalia and point my shield at Rin. I look at Motoyasu and the bitch to remind myself of the anger that I wanted to avoid. All the hatred, and everything else is forgotten. All that is left pitch blackness and anger. Grow up has been achieved due to released emotions. Curse series, ability improvement of the shield of anger. Shield of anger changed to Wrath Shield. Wrath Shield 3 ability unsealed. Equipment bonus, skill, change shield, attack, Iron Maiden, Bloodtopfer. Note, Bloodtopfer means blood sacrifice in German. Special effect, dark curse burning physical, strength up, roar of the angry dragon, roar, frenzy of companions, magic sharing, clothes of anger, intermediate. Instantly my heart is consumed by dark emotions. Previous chapter next chapter. Chapter 73, Price, Dash. Now Fumi, I shouted at the heavens. Hate. This whole world is hateful. I hate everything. I'm going mad from everyone reproaching and accusing me. I should just burn down everything with this power. My vision is stained red and black, and everything I see becomes an object of my hatred. Now Fumi, someone's voice reaches my ears, but I cannot hear it. It feels as if I'm submerged underwater. Now Fumi, I feel something take hold of my hand. Does it want to be incinerated? Master, do you truly hate everything in the world? Fyro, I feel trapped. Everything that torments me will die by my hatred. Really? Is that what you really think? Fyro, yeah, so what? Then, did Master hate the days he spent with Fyro and Raphtalia one each on? Fyro, that voice. An old memory floats to the surface of my mind. A young girl loyally following me wherever I go, nothing separating us. Obeying me even while injured. This recollection fills my view. Later, too, my feelings of love are transmitted to a young bird that hatches from an egg and grows up under my care. That is... Now Fumi, it's different. Since Master works hard, Fyro can do her best. Fyro, the darkness is gradually clearing up. That's why Fyro will eat Master's anger and hatred. Fyro, my vision clears and I glance around. Now Fumi-sama. Raphtalia, are you all right? Melty, a few seconds have passed since I screamed, and I am being looked at with suspicion. Master, are you all right? Phiro, did you help me control that? No, Fumi. Yup, Master was in trouble. Phiro hugs me from behind. If I look closely, I can tell that she has been severely burnt by the black flame. Not even Phiro's body could withstand the improved shield of anger's flames. It must have been very painful, but Phiro still worried about me without complaining. Phiro, Raphtalia Wanichan, and Melchan all believe in Master, so do your best. Yeah, all I wanted was to simply beat the wave. It was not necessary to be swallowed by my anger. After all, I can crush one of the ring leaders who made me suffer. That Pope bastard conveniently used Melty, the other heroes, all of us. I will kick that bastard's ass. I'm going. No, Fumi. There's still a chance, even in this situation. Run. Yeah, I'll be sure to kill him with my strongest shield. No, Fumi. What's with that confident attitude? You looked like SH*T just a little while ago. Run. Shield of Anger 2's dragon-like figure has become even more ominous compared to before. The dragon's features have morphed to be more devil-like. The horns curl around. I have a skill that I need to use. Please help make an opening for me to use it. No, Fumi. Can't be helped. I'll rely on you for now. Motoyasu, right. It is difficult to trust you, but we have no other choice. Run, all or nothing. Itsuki, we'll use magic to help somehow. Hero companions. The heroes and their companions nod and turn to face the Pope. Oh dear, oh dear. To think you would continue to put up this futile resistance. I hope you are prepared, because this is already over. Shall I perform the coup de grace? Pope. Magical power gradually fills the area. High-density light is going to be unleashed any moment now. Phiro. No, Fumi. On my signal, the heroes charge at the Pope, and Phiro faithfully carries me as ordered. Fly. No, Fumi. Okay. Phiro jumps while the enemies start to chant. High-class synthetic magic, judgment, church fanatics. A beam of cleansing light falls from the sky. Goo. I raise my shield above my head. Crackling sounds can be heard as the light pours down onto me, but it is impossible to penetrate Wrath Shield 3's defense. The light barely does any damage to me even though I am right under it. To not even suffer a wound from judgment. Pope. The Pope has a surprised expression on his face, all traces of his old smile gone. What a suitable price for using the shield. I'll teach him his place. No way. You won't be able to block this. Pope. The Pope points his sword at me and yells. Phoenix Blade. Pope. A phoenix takes flight from the Pope's sword and rushes towards me. I can withstand that, no problem. Now, Fumi. I lower my shield in front of me. Phiro, understanding what I'm thinking, casts support magic. A chant comes to my mind on its own. Are these the conditions for the clothing of anger, intermediate? I am the hero of the shield, commander of the origin of power. I have read and deciphered the law of nature. May the devouring flames become my power. Now, Fumi, wrath fire. Now, Fumi, anger is now my power. The flaming phoenix collides with me and doesn't even singe my eyebrows. Wah? To nullify my skill. Pope, that's quite ironic. Your bird became food for my holy bird. Now, Fumi. The barrier protecting the Pope was shattered by the other heroes' attacks and Phiro's powerful kicks. Phoenix Strike Dash. Pope. Phiro's Sure Kill Dash. Phiro's finishing move is strong enough to combat the Pope. Meteor Sword. Run. Meteor Spear. Motoyasu. Meteor Bow. Itsuki. The Pope changes his sword into a spear and prepares for the onslaught. The Stance of Heaven and Earth Reversal. Motoyasu yells in surprise. Is that another high-class spear skill? TCH. How dare you go against God's will? Pope. Phiro's skill is repelled as light overflows from the Pope's spear. Gua. Ren. Gufu. Motoyasu Gu. Itsuki. Is that a counter skill? Just how tenacious are you? But I will not be stopped. Pope. I wonder about that. No, Fumi. This time the Pope's weapon becomes a giant bow and he jumps away. You think you can run? Phiro. No, Fumi, yep. Let's go. Phiro. We instantly catch up to the Pope, and Phiro tries to kick him. However, as just Phiro's attack connects, the Pope vanishes. If he escapes here, he loses. Where is he hiding? Hide arrow? Itsuki. That's Itsuki's voice. That skill creates a large amount of illusionary copies of himself. Be careful. It's Suki, damn. If I can't target him, I can't do anything. There are currently 10 popes, but their numbers are increasing. Fufufu. I was a little surprised by you, but shall we end this now? Pope. The popes hold up their bows and begin to cast a big skill. This is my strongest skill. Let's see if you can withstand this, Devil of the Shield. Pope. The bows shine. *T. I should be able to block it, but I can't counterattack. I am the queen, she who commands the origin of power. I have read and deciphered the law of nature. Restrain him with ice. Queen Darifa? Icicle prison. Queen. The lower half of a bunch of the Pope's mirror images freeze. Now, Queen, who is that? No, there is no time to worry about that. I have to defeat this bastard now. Bloodtopfer. As expected, its chant floats into view. This is the name of the punishment for the foolish sinner, he who shall be sacrificed as a scapegoat to God. Become a sacrifice to the steel trap. Experience the intense pain of being drained of all your blood. Now Fumi, Bloodtopfer. Now Fumi, Gufu. What? The moment I cast the skill, blood begins to overflow from my body, my muscles begin to tear, and my bones start to creak. Was it a suicide skill? The Pope smiles as he sees me heavily injured, but the next instant a giant red and black steel trap appears under his feet. Quite unlike a normal steel trap, this one has multiple layers. It looks like the ground grew a shark's mouth, with the Pope in the middle. Pope Gatoon. A sharp metal sound can be heard the instant the Pope is bitten by the steel trap. Guguraya, Pope. The Pope's scream echoes out. Red blood splashes over the steel trap and causes it to shine. Something of this degree. Pope, this is harsh. The Pope tries to take countermeasures, but the steel trap repeatedly opens and shuts, seeming as if it were ridiculing him. Guha. It was all for, go God. Pope. The Pope fires off a few skills, but the steel trap isn't even scratched. 2. 3 cracks start to appear on the legendary weapon replica. As the 4th crack appears, a shattering sound can be heard. The steel trap suddenly falls to the ground and disappears, leaving the Pope's corpse behind, which, at this point, is nothing more than a lump of flesh. Everybody, it was so gruesome that we couldn't breathe. All skills from the Curse series are bloody. Chapter 74. The Queen Master. Phiro holds me anxiously as I was covered in blood. The shield changed to the chimeric viper shield by itself. What horrible wounds. Someone, help Master. A woman who looks like the commander of the punitive force runs towards Phiro, who was calling for help. Mother. Melty exclaims in surprise towards the commander. That reminds me. The head of the punitive force looks like the person that was with Melty in the beginning. I couldn't get a good look because of the fan though. Your efforts this time were quite amazing. Hero of the Shield Sama. It might be because of her that the Pope was trapped. Everybody. Treatment for Hero of the Shield Sama is top priority. This is a royal order. We must save Hero of the Shield Sama's life, without fail. Yes, ma'am. The treatment team within the punitive force gathered around me and began chanting magic. Darifa? Heal. Light surrounds me. However, there is no sign of the pain receding. You cursed, for it to be so strong. The treatment team cast de-curse magic with surprised expressions. But it had no effect. Do a thorough examination. Everyone please hurry. The Queen issues instructions to the treatment team, and Phiro follows hastily. Ugh. My whole body is screaming in pain. But I will not lose consciousness here, because I still do not know whether or not the Queen is friend or foe. Why you are the Queen? Yes, I am the Queen of Melromark, Mirelia Q. Melromark. I'm sorry for helping so late. Note, I have corrected Merlot Mark to Melromark and removed the since they are just spaces. You were definitely slow. What does it matter? Do you have power? Are you the true ruler of this country? Do you even see the big picture behind this event? There are a mountain of things I want to say. My grudge towards her daughter and trash start to surface. Really, this time was all my fault. Mother. Mama. Why are you apologizing to such a person? When the bitch impeached, I could see a few veins appear on the Queen's smiling face. Malty, prepare yourself because there are a lot of things I need to say to you after we return to the castle. Gagogo. The air trembles. Though I'm not the one that this anger is directed at, a chill still runs up my spine. With the snap of her finger, a shadow appears behind the bitch and arrests her. Wait, mama. Silence this fool at once. Yes, ma'am. The bitch's mouth is covered by a cloth. What are you doing to Maine? I am Maine, Maltese mother. By my authority, the fight between heroes is finished until we get back to the castle. Let's return to Melromar Castle and rest. Motoyasu and the other heroes fall silent due to the queen's aura of authority. Now then, hero of the shield-sama. No, Naofumi Iwatani-sama. Your treatment is our top priority, so please rest. Everything will be prepared immediately. The treatment team starts bringing out various magic tools, medicines, and holy water to use on me. I feel like an emergency patient in an ambulance from my world. But why did the queen come here? Various questions appear as to why she isn't in the country southwest of us. I know what you want to ask. Why was I outside of the country for so long? Why I am leading the punitive force? Why did I not come defend you sooner? There are a lot of things I need to tell you. However, that can be settled after you are healed. Naofumi-sama. Raphtalia anxiously runs to my side while crying. I thought your heart stopped. Are you okay? Who knows? I feel that I have suffered some grievous wounds. My whole body seriously hurts. It would be too troublesome to stand up. In her human form, Phiro and Melty come from the carriage. What terrible wounds. Hurry, come over here. One of the treatment team members sees Phiro's burnt limbs and calls her over. However, Phiro doesn't want to leave my side to receive their treatment because she is worried about my wounds. But, Master it's all right, Phiro. Naofumi-sama will be cured by these people. Go have your wounds healed. Raphtalia gently strokes Phiro's head and whispers in an anxious voice. But Naofumi-sama would hate to see Phiro getting a scar because of him. Will you listen, Phiro? She stares at me while tilting her neck. Can't be helped. Normally being so selfish and carefree, to be so anxious for my sake. I'll be fine, so go over there. I squeeze out some instructions for Phiro. When Phiro reluctantly left to receive healing, the treatment member nodded at me. The treatment team used different recovery magic that seems to be effective against the curse. What a strong curse, mutters one of the healers. Yeah, this is certainly a strong curse. It literally says curse series. Since it's very effective, the price for using it is equally as high, such as directly receiving the curse myself. It is very different from a mere spell. Prepare for group synthesis magic, sanctuary. Are you going to use that to remove the rest of self-burning curse? They aren't believers of the Three Heroes Church, right? Then what religion are they following? It does not seem to be the shield religion. As I think about such things, my eyelids become heavy and it starts getting dark. Naofumi-sama. Naofumi. Raphtalia and Melty shake me awake. Yeah? What's wrong? Please stay conscious properly. What are you saying? It's like you think I died. Well, in this situation, I certainly might die. Though I have no intention to die in such a place, I am tired in various ways. I want to sleep, just a little, but I can't sleep yet. We are still far from the safety zone. However, I am unable to do anything in my present state. In that case, Raphtalia, if something happens, run away with Melty on Phiro. Understood. But I will be taking Naofumi-sama too. So no matter what, please wake up. Okay, I'll just sleep a little. If anything happens, wake me up. During this exchange, a memory appears. I remember it. The story where Raphtalia still looked like a child and would always cry and scream at night. Raphtalia had to be ordered to do everything back then. My bad. It looks like there's no breakfast this time. It's fine, because this time I'll defend Naofumi-sama while you sleep. Note. Referring to where Raphtalia was crying and screaming at night by the river and Naofumi defended her all night from monsters. After the conversation was over, my consciousness went blank and I started dreaming. It has been 2 days since then. Ugh, heavy. Munya, Master, heavy, help, Phiro-chan. When I awake, I see Raphtalia, Phiro, and Melty all on my bed. What the hell is this? Get up. I wake the three of them up immediately and scold them. Instead of them looking down, all three of them smiled. I was told that I got urgently rushed to receive treatment in Melromar Castle. The curse caused by Bloodtopfer was very serious, and even specialized curse treatments couldn't remove it completely. I asked how to cure it. The answer I got was it cannot be cured by magic or medicine. It seems that the only way to cure it is through time. But the burns and scratches were healed, and my physical fitness has recovered. I just feel lethargic. When I check my stats, everything except defense dropped by 30%. It seems until Bloodtopfer's curse is cured completely, they will stay debuffed. This is the price which I paid for meddling in troublesome things. So how long till I recover? The rough estimate is a month for complete recovery. A month, huh? That's long. Will it happen before the wave? That reminds me, I was unable to go to Silt Wealth after all. For the purpose of Raftalia and Phyro's class up, we ended up in a strange position. How is your condition? While I was lamenting about the absurdity of the world, the queen came over and asked about my condition. I do some stretches to show my body's condition. I feel that I can trust her a little since she gave instructions for my treatment even while I was unconscious. The queen also asked the treatment team at the hospital how I was doing. I see. Then could you follow me? Where are we going? We are going to the castle. The queen produces her fan and hides her face, generating a strange pressure. Mother is scary when she's angry. Melty hides behind my back and starts trembling. I feel an unpleasant atmosphere. Is that anger? Are you going to execute me? I will do no such thing. Iwatani-sama. I feel her smiling as the atmosphere changes. Does the fact that I wasn't attacked in my sleep mean this is safe? I just think Iwatani-sama would like to witness what will happen. Ho ho ho. What do you intend to do? Please come to the castle. I'm sure you will enjoy it. There are various things I need to talk to you about as well. Shall I answer everything Iwatani-sama asks after that? It seems the queen has created a situation where I have no choice but to go to the castle. She is necessary for me to prove my innocent, so there is no way I can refuse. While there is no reason to decline for now, I want to ask one thing. I would like to talk after we arrive at the castle, but what is it? Did you send Melty to me so she would get involved in this incident? This is the problem I am worried about most. Depending on the answer, there is a possibility that all the heroes will be rounded up at the castle and gotten rid of, all according to the queen's plan. That concern is only a baseless fear. Would that be the correct answer? Melty trembling while staring at her mother. Melty didn't say it, but she wanted to meet her father so much that she couldn't sleep at night. So I let her be selfish and meet him. Meeting that trash. I was feeling uneasy when I thought the queen sent Melty to meet him. There is nothing to worry about. When such a thing happened, I told Shadow my ideas. Idea? Yes, I entrusted Melty to the hero of the shield. If he tried to murder her, then he would have been arrested. The queen snaps her fingers. Suddenly, a group of assassins appear. What an annoying story. I apologize to have troubled you. However, I think a lot of problems have been solved. That's not it. What would you have done if Melty died? I cannot hide my sympathy for Melty as she looks down sadly. There were always 2 bodyguards following her and supporting Iwatani-sama in various ways. I see. For example, the one knight who tried to assassinate her. One of the shadows transforms into the shape of a knight, just like that anime with the phantom thief. Villager. One of the villagers who helped us in village to the east. Merchant from neighboring country. Even the guys from the neighboring country that thanked me. Certainly, it was strange for a person from the neighboring country to show up there. I'll explain the circumstances later. Do you still doubt me even after the shadow appeared when Melty was truly in danger? That reminds me. A shadow did appear when the church ambushed us. However, that was a really dangerous situation, so I couldn't think straight. Phyro and I were the only ones able to nullify the 3 heroes' church shadow's poison. Mother, did you know I might have been killed? It was a possibility. Melty hangs her head when the queen answers flatly. Well, as expected of the parent of bitch and wife of trash, quite suitable to being a bad person. Are you people really parents? I cannot argue about that even if I am one. There are a lot of lies that can be told. Let's see. Do you understand what it takes to be queen of such a country for years? Well, even if I am Peach, I don't understand. This fellow. I can only agree that she is Trash's wife. But I believed in Iwatani-sama. Is that a suitable answer? Coward. Otherwise I cannot protect this country. Wouldn't it be better if you didn't arrive? No, Fumi-sama. Raftalia speaks anxiously. It seems you are unable to refute it. I won't spread it. In the first place, if we were enemies, I would not have received treatment. Yes, certainly. I think you would want to be present for what is about to happen. If we share a mutual interest, then there would be no problems in lending a hand. I don't know what you are after, but if necessary, I will use the Wrath Shield again. I brought the carriage of the Holy Bird here. Let's return with the luggage. Really? At the Queen's words, Phiro steps forwards. Yes, of course. It's in front of the hospital. Please confirm it. Yay. Melchon. Let's go. Okay. Phiro and Melty run out of the room together. She really loves that carriage, huh? After watching the both of them run off, I stare at the Queen. I feel disgusted. Although I have received some goodwill, I do not know her real intentions. The Queen antagonized the three heroes' church, and furthermore treated the Devil of the Shield favorably. I wish to know why. I can't even think of a reason. I do not believe in some noble reason such as fighting the wave together. Or is there still information that I am lacking? I have a goal. I will use any means necessary to achieve it. Although the way we go about things is different, I believe I have the same feelings as Iwatani-sama. Similar feelings as me. I don't know why, but I feel that I somewhat understand. After coming to this world, I have experienced various things. At least this person is talking to me as an equal. I will follow your instructions for now. I am grateful. Iwatani-sama. After obtaining my consent, the Queen smiles. The smile has a strong will mixed in. Auckly, Malty. This isn't over yet. Note, Auckly Trash King for those who forgot. Previous chapter, next chapter. Chapter 75, Sermon Trash. Oh, Malty and Melty. It's great that you defeated the shield and came back. Why is Malty tied up and gagged? The Queen entered the castle with Melty and Bitch first to issue orders. The other heroes followed after. Those three didn't like that I was leading the way. Though they cannot complain since the Queen grandly declared in the latest incident, I was the one who contributed the most. Phiro pulled the carriage that we all rode in, and the Queen informed the three heroes of the situation. The Pope's death still hasn't spread within the castle town yet. The three heroes' church is still active, and that preventative measures have already been taken. All parties concerned are currently being captured and transported. Queen, it is noisy when you talk. Can you shut it? Declares the Queen as she briskly enters the room. I can hear some extremely angry sounds from here. As soon as I arrive behind the Queen, Trash's face distorts in anger. Trash, why is he here? Execute him at once. Queen, I won't let you. The Queen's authority is above Trash's, so the Imperial Guardsmen don't move. Trash, Gore. That Queen is an imposter. Arrest them. Queen, you, mistaking me for... Can't be helped then. Queen, I am the Queen who commands the origin of power dash trash. Wah. This aria dash Queen. I have read and deciphered a law of nature. Restrain him with ice. Trash's whole body is frozen in a cage of ice. He tries to talk to the Queen, but his voice doesn't pass through the cage. Queen, seriously, when did you become so foolish? As she closes her fan, the cage of ice disappears. Trash, that amount of magical power and quality. You are certainly this one's wife. What on earth happened? Trash asks the Queen with disbelief. Trash, did the shield possibly dash? Are you just going to pin any bad thing that happens onto me? Stop it. This is why I didn't want to come to the castle. Queen, that's not it. Seriously, do you actually believe that Hero of the Shield Sama has that power? Foolishness. The Queen approaches the King and slaps him on the cheek. Dumbfounded, the Trash takes a few steps back while trembling and for some reason glares at me. Queen, this is not Iwatani-sama's fault. I have already said this a while ago. Trash, he was slapped again. Just as the Trash was about to retort, the Queen gave him another slap. Queen, listen to me. You dared to disregard my order of not abusing your power and discriminating the hero while I'm outside the country. Do you want a war? Trash, but he dash Queen. There are no buts. It is necessary to work together to prepare for the wave, and you are supposed to help with that. The Queen scolds Trash severely to the point that he is not allowed to object. The purpose of this is to show that all the heroes are equal. Queen, well then, let us reintroduce ourselves. I am the Queen of Melromark, Mirelia Q. Melromark. I hope you all will take care of me. Itsuki, yeah. Rin, same here, please. Motoyasu, wow, amazing. The other heroes all express their thoughts. They are completely dumbfounded. Queen, Hero of the Shield Sama, I would like to request a little of your time later today. Now, Fumi, for what? Queen, let us chat over a meal. Hero Samus, accept Iwatani-sama, please rest in the guest room. Motoyasu, what about Maine? Motoyasu asks while looking worryingly at the bitch, but she is being held down and unable to talk. Queen, we'll be having a little conversation about her standing in the country. Depending on the circumstances, you may get another companion. Please prepare accordingly. Motoyasu, oh okay. Thanks to the queen's attitude, the other heroes were driven out of the throne room. All that's remaining is Raphtalia, Phiro, Melty, and I. Trash. Foo. The trash breathes a sigh of relief as he just shown the other heroes an unsightly scene. Queen, what's with the foo, huh? Our talk isn't over yet. Trash. This one is not wrong. This is entirely the shield's fault. Bitch. That's right. The bitch's restraints were removed, and she stands by Trash. So noisy. Bitch, mama. I was raped by that devil over there. Queen, and what's wrong with that? Bitch, what's wrong with that? Mama, that was my first time. Does that mean nothing to you? Queen, you were a virgin? Did you think I wasn't aware? You already lost your virginity. Oh, so she wasn't a virgin from the start? Now that I think about it, pinning a rape accusation on me as she acted like a small fry adventurer, even if the princess declared that she was raped. Since the hero of the spears saved her, it was at best an attempt, but rumors about me already spread. The woman adventurer who the hero of the spears saved, did he even notice she was being treated like a princess in society? Either way, the bitch turned out to be an outrageous whore. This is the best. Bitch, how do you know? Queen, your thinking I had no idea about your affairs is downright presumptuous. In the first place, if you were actually in a relationship with Hero of the Shield Iwatani-sama, then you might still be saved. The queen turns her gaze at me for an instant. Me? With this goddamn bitch. Now, Fumi, don't joke around. Queen, then I won't pursue. I expect it with Melty. A bomb was just dropped. Trash, what are you saying? Cute Melty is still young. Now, Fumi, seriously, it pains me to have the same opinion as the trash, but being in a relationship with Melty is a little. I haven't fallen so low that I would want to be in a relationship with a child. Melty, that's right. What are you saying? Phiro, what are you talking about, Melty? Phiro-chan does not need to know. Well, I'll just leave this alone. Queen, refused. Melty will marry Hero of the Shield Iwatani-sama. Trash, what did you say? Queen, do you really understand? There are very little opportunities as perfect as this one to befriend old enemies. And what did you do? Trash, what do you mean? I also understand. Siltwelt probably believes in the Hero of the Shield. That would make them this country's arch-nemesis. If the object of faith, Hero of the Shield, marries a woman of Melromark and is a saint here, something like that happening will greatly improve relations between the two countries, and they may even become allies. The situation would be perfect if the Hero of the Shield also has a child under these circumstances. There would be no chance that they could become enemies after that. Now, Fumi. Unfortunately, it is already too late. Queen, you think so? Melty, do you best for Hero of the Shield Iwatani-sama? Melty, no. At the Queen's proposal of a political marriage, Melty refuses and blushes a deep red. Well, it would be unpleasant to be married for politics at this age. Of course, I won't take any actions to let this country prosper. Just give it up on this. Queen, oh? I heard from the shadow that Melty might have a chance. Now, Fumi, she had bad eyesight. Melty, moo, now, Fumi, what? Oh, did you hate having been seen as a child? What a troublesome age. Queen, it seems there is still some hope left. How about it? Melty will be the queen in the future. Won't it be good to break this country from the inside with a puppet? Now, Fumi, in that case I would have been made your puppet. More than anything, I do not wish to remain in the world. Queen, there are no problems then. Just get Melty pregnant with Iwatani-sama's child. What an unpleasant thing to say. In short, I can only return to my original world if I father a child as the Hero of the Shield with the royal family. Indeed, this would be very effective for diplomacy. It's actually quite brilliant. Is this a manga? Queen, all the chances of having an incompetent daughter and husband are removed. It is good that Iwatani-sama is still single. You will win over an ally. If you domesticate her, then the next queen will be in the palm of your hands. Bitch, who would be with someone so ugly? What does this bitch want? Can't you guys just understand my viewpoint? Raphtalia, Phiro, and Melty, he is not ugly. Raphtalia, Phiro and Melty refuted all at once. What is up with all of you? Bitch, what? I just stated the facts. You all being angry and retorting just makes it true. Queen, let's see. The fact that you are not a virgin is also undisputed. Bitch, there is no evidence anywhere. Ask Motoyasa-sama. I was a virgin. Queen, no, I've known this a long time ago. Your speech and behavior does not match. Malty, if you're going to lie, at least make it believable. Although you may be able to deceive the hero of the Spear-sama, it is impossible for you to deceive me. In the first place, you used your body to have your way since the old days dash. And so the queen begins a sermon on the bitch. However, it's clear that the bitch isn't actually listening. In fact, no one is actually listening. It seems the queen's preaching has become a habit. Queen, when your younger sister was involved in a conspiracy, you not only took advantage of it without protecting her, but you even tried to dispose of her with the help of the church. The bitch wasn't taken advantage of by the church? Was it trash? Perhaps these two are just stupid. Queen, you probably thought you were going to be the next queen too. Bitch, and no, you're wrong. Well, based on her magic chant, she certainly desired it. In her chant, she actually called herself the queen. The queen just announced that the next queen is Dash, and it was not bitch, despite what she believes. After hearing this, I was momentarily lost for words. Bitch, it's a lie. Queen, it is the undeniable truth. Bitch, something so trivial, it doesn't even matter. Wow, I just figured it out. Even if you guys are corrupt, you're still family. The queen is completely in control. Queen. Next alt cray. At her gaze the trash winces and backs up. Queen, what were you doing? Without investigating the truth and throwing out the hero of the shield, who our country should specially protect, I am extremely disgusted. Where did the generosity of the old you that I fell in love with go? Trash. Tach, that's because the shield is evil. Queen, Malty was not raped. It was a farce. Now, what else do you have to say? Trash. The shield is evil. It seems no matter what, this trash will still see me as evil. In this situation, it's just pouring oil on fire though. Queen, seriously, where did all your wisdom go to? You've completely changed. The queen's veins are showing as she places her hand on her forehead. Queen, it seems you're not even going to defend yourself. Bitch and trash both averted their gaze at that. Well, I understand that they're not going to apologize to me. It's to be expected. Why did the queen have to show such a scene to me? These guys aren't going to reflect on their actions. Queen, there is only one way to finish this, but that goes without saying. The queen closes her fan and points at the both of them while declaring, Queen, I permanently deprive you two of the authority of the imperial family. Trash, what? Bitch, Trash and bitch both call out in surprise. It seems they don't understand just how heavy their crimes are. This is reasonable. This feeling is quite pleasant. I want to see more. Raphtalia, Naofumi-san. What are you laughing at? Naofumi, you don't know? Raphtalia, it's not like I don't understand, but it is rude. Melty, mother, is serious. Phiro, Phiro tilts her head. She is completely lost, does not understand anything that is going on. Well, she is a bird. The only thing she thinks about is her carriage and food. Trash, why? Queen, because your actions greatly deviated from the range of your authority. If you're really sorry, somehow beg a Watani-sama for forgiveness. Naofumi, you think I can forgive them? Queen, maybe various bribes can help you consider. Bribing, huh? I am interested. Today is turning out to be pretty good. Bitch, if I am no longer considered royal, what will happen to this country? Queen, there is Melty. She is far superior compared to you, so this country will prosper. Well, it would obviously be much better if Melty succeeds as the queen, compared to bitch. It seems she grew up a lot due to the latest incident. Trash. If this one stops being king, then our allies will not remain silent. Queen, I have already silenced them. Did you think I was doing nothing for these 3 months? That's quite a large mistake. Trash. Wah. Trash is surprised to the point his voice stopped working. He just opens and closes his mouth. Queen, in the first place, who gave you the authority to summon the heroes? This talk is over. Naofumi, what do you mean? Queen, did a Watani-sama not doubt it earlier? Why I, the highest power in the country, did not attend the hero summoning. I was out trying to improve diplomatic relations. I certainly did wonder about that. If this person was in charge of the hero's summoning, then things would have been a lot smoother. We would have been manipulated and be utilized to our full potential. At least, I was sure to have been easy to manipulate when I arrived in this world. Maybe the queen would have somehow pushed Melty, the second princess, on me, and it might have been a political marriage masked as a love marriage. Queen, first of all, there is a problem that needs to be addressed. This country was only fourth in line to summon the 4 holy heroes, as designated by the World Conference. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Chapter 76. Trash and bitch now for me. Wait a second. An outrageous statement was just dropped. Other countries can call heroes their returns. Then that means this country did something crazy. Now for me. Explain it in detail. Queen, sure. The Queen's story is like this. Damages from the wave were reported all over the world. There was a world conference, and every country was represented by their king or queen. Of course, there are countries that are on bad terms with each other. Melromark and Siltwelt, for example. There is a prophecy that states the world is facing its end, so their hostilities were put on hold, and the conference was complete. During the conference, the country Melromark was fourth in line to perform the summoning. By the way, each hero summoning is only supposed to summon 1 hero. In many cases, they do not even appear at all. Of course, which hero summoned is determined by discussion with the other countries. Now for me. So, how did this country manage to summon us? Queen, during hero summons it is customary to use a holy relic. A time and ceremony is then decided upon according to the summoning. It seems the 3 heroes' church took advantage of when the queen was absent to summon the 4 holy heroes. Queen, the 3 heroes' church is a religion that has deep roots within this country, but from what I know they were very conservative. Therefore, I overlooked this unexpectedly big plan. Now for me. That is quite the problem, is it not? To gather all the heroes are supposed to save the world in one place. Queen, yes, that led to a lot of criticism from other countries. It was the problem I was taking care of. Now for me. What were you thinking, leaving the country to a fellow who might have caused a war? There was a big problem. The person entrusted with responsibility is horrible. Trash, what are you implying? Queen, silence. Trash shuts up after the queen's thundering roar. Queen, it was not a problem before. Before the waves even started, I was involved in diplomacy. Our domestic affairs were also excellent, and I left the country to the one I trusted as my right-hand man, but, now for me. But, Queen, he died during the wave. That person was respected by demi-humans too. Quite unlucky. So, is that why all that was left trash and some other useless guys? As expected, that level of incompetency was unnatural. Right now the posts within the country need new and talented personnel, otherwise things will remain the same. Worst case was Trash having all the power, and those around him never speaking up due to fear. This was such a place. Trash. The truth is, it just came to me to perform the hero summons, and as a matter of fact, all of the heroes appeared. The queen slaps Trash. Trash. Fugu. Yeah, it would be weird if she wasn't extremely angry after returning to her country and finding a mountain of problems. Queen. Even though it was foolish I had to depend on my successor because of a useless husband like you. When he died an unnatural death, you didn't even investigate. The culprit was the 3 heroes' church. Trash. Gufu. Queen. Furthermore, the day right after the heroes were summoned you framed the hero of the shield. At least doubt the conspiracy a bit. Trash. Gua. Queen. And yet, I even told you not to discriminate against the hero of the shield. Do you understand that those actions could have caused a war? Trash. Gaho. Queen. And during the end of the second wave, you intentionally tried to take away hero of the shield slave, which I had to arrange through a lot of trouble. What? What did she just say? Now for me. Wait a minute. You set up my meeting with Raftalia? Queen. I'll explain later. Right now I'm dealing with this guy. Yua, she snapped. Queen. While you were acting beyond your authority, the nobles started planning behind your back to take power. A riot started in Siltwelt, and Shirudo Furidin started preparing for war. Somehow, I sympathize with the queen. The people you can rely on within the country are all dead, and you are protecting the country alone against other countries that might attack. Amazing. I wonder what she had to go through to talk like that. This hysteria, I only thought it was possible for women in their early 20s hitting their husbands. I mean, she is the mother of Bitch and Melty, yet still looks so young. Queen, to cap it all off, Melty wanted to selfishly meet you. I was at the limits of my patience. Therefore I set a trap. Trash. What did you say? Queen, did you even investigate the events happening around you? I let you dispatch a large amount of soldiers for emergencies. That was the start of this whole incident. The Queen declares during her outburst. Queen, the Three Heroes Church is a heretical religion. Melromark's religion is the Four-Saint faith. Trash. What did you say? That tradition was abandoned since the start of this country. Queen, there are heretical religions that have no value and cause nothing but problems. For Saint's faith? Naofumi, what is that? Melty, a religion believing in the four saint heroes equally. Melty explains, well, now that I think about it, there should be a lot of countries that believe in the legend of the four heroes who saved the world. Melty, even though originally the Three Heroes Church were an extremist faction that split from the Four Saints faith, I would explain more, but I would need to start from the beginning of this country. Naofumi, I see. If Silt-Welt has a religion following the shield, then it should be natural for other countries to believe in all four. In other words, Melromark's dispute with Silt-Welt is over the hero of the shield being hated. The other country believes in the devil of the shield, and our religion is correct. Did that lead to the Three Heroes Church's creation? Where was the royal family in all of this? Queen, Fu. After slapping and abusing Trash for a while, the Queen covers her lips with her fan and turns to me with a refreshed look. Queen, there are various things about Iwatani-sama's actions that I want to talk about it later. Naofumi, I'll pass. I would rather not hear those heroic tales. Queen, it is necessary to hear it, because Iwatani-sama has also caused a lot of problems. I wonder what they are. I would rather not hear it. To be frank, ever since coming here I did a few bad things. Of course I am not going to reflect on it, and I do not intend to. Queen, for example, that incident at the demon dealers with your demon. Naofumi, Queen, that uproar at the bar. To know about so much. Queen, I wonder who covered it up before my husband heard. Naofumi, do I get a lecture too? It's regrettable, but I am not like this guy. Queen, no way. I only want you to listen. Naofumi, I do not think what I did was wrong either. Queen, I guess. Though I was able to relax a bit while staying in foreign countries, thanks to your efforts. That isn't the problem. Naofumi, HRMM. Queen, for the time being, there are plenty of things before your punishment. Trash and Bitch turn very pale. It's the end of their road. Queen, are you dissatisfied? Trash, oh of course. Bitch, that's right. Mama, I'm not to blame. Queen, wasn't our parent and child relationship cut a little while ago? I literally disowned you. Go somewhere else. No, pay for your crimes in the country. The Queen almost expelled her on impulse, but stopped halfway. A sheet of paper with an amount of money written on it was handed to the Bitch. The Bitch turned even paler than a little while ago. Bitch must have been spending money carelessly due to her social standing. Bitch, this is not an amount of money I can pay. Queen, that is the price demanded from you from the guild. Trying to steal it from the treasury without permission, you think I wouldn't notice? You will serve this country as a slave from now on. Bitch, that's unreasonable. Queen, if you hate it, then save the world along with the heroes. I'll think about it if you play an active role. The Queen silences Bitch and then looks at Trash. Queen, why are you looking at me like I'm a different person? You changed too, Ulcray. Trash bends backwards. Truthfully, there is no way this guy can go against the Queen. He should have acted more tactfully. Queen, fight as a commander at the front line of this country against the wave, or lose your position and become an adventurer. Trash, Ku, my wife, my queen. This one was swindled. Have mercy. Bitch, that's right. Mama, please postpone your judgment. Queen, both your mercy and postponement are both over already. Oh, I have a good method. The Queen beckons me over. I stepped forwards and waited. Queen, Iwatani-sama, what kind of punishment do you want to give these two? You have the right to choose. Naofumi, death. Capital punishment. I answered almost on reflex. I must hate them unconsciously as well. Honestly, other than killing, no other choice exists for me. This grudge of mine can't even be solved with death. Trash, Gnu. You bastard, bitch, stop joking around. The queen raises her hand and silences the two. Queen, really? You will be satisfied with just killing? The queen suspiciously wraps her magic around me. A chill runs up my spine. Annoying. I instinctively realize who I am dealing with. Queen, assuming you kill them, they would be released from whatever torment or fun you would have with them, for just a moments of satisfaction. Now, Fumi. You? No, keep talking. Queen, killing them is too half-hearted. If a dog is useful, you stroke it affectionately, keeping them tamed till death. To act so cold despite them being relatives. Queen, please think of this as my last feelings for them. Now, Fumi, yeah. So that's how it is. Basically, besides murder and forgiving, I will grant you anything else. Queen, originally the authority of the country is with the queen, but following the scandal of the Three Heroes Church, the royal family's position is being questioned by foreign countries. Now, Fumi. Crucifying two incompetents would persuade the foreign countries, wouldn't it? Trash, Shield, you bastard. The queen ignores Trash's howling. Queen, normally that would be the case. But that does not apply to Alt-Cray. Now, Fumi, why not? Queen, he is a fool now, but he was amazing back in the day. Since his name is well known outside the country, settling this by killing him is impossible. I don't know what this Trash did, but I understand the situation. He is too well known. In the first place, I thought he had too much power for such an incompetent king. Was it due to his past actions? It seems those concerned will not stay silent. It would be extremely interesting to look down on such a man who has been deprived of all his past glory and dragged through the mud. Now, Fumi, I understand. I'll listen to your plan. Queen, I am grateful. Now, Fumi. However, I wish for these two to taste hell on earth. That is the minimum condition. Queen, yes, of course. Then what punishment would you like to start with? It's a good idea. I shouldn't kill them. Now, Fumi. I'd like to start by pulling off their hands and feet. I see the look in Raphtalia's eyes and think about it again. Although I have every right to do this, even I think that might be a little too far. What should I do? Something that would break them. Still, I don't want to miss this chance that has finally appeared. Raphtalia, now Fumi-sama. The bitch holds both hands in front of her and starts crying. Wow, what a performance. If I didn't know how she truly was, I would have been deceived. I'm quite sure she approached Motoyasu with this face. I mean, when I was summoned, she was the first one to approach me. Raphtalia, stop acting foolish, and please stop with this revenge. Revenge only produces more vengeance. Now, Fumi-sama, please endure it here. If possible, be more considerate for the queen. Sigh. I guess so. That day, messengers on Felorials ran around the country of Melromark, reporting to every village and every town. Messengers, due to taking responsibility for recent events, King Alt-Cray Melromark and Princess Malti have changed their names to Trash and Bitch forever. Anybody caught speaking the wrong names will be severely punished. In every signboard in every city, every town, and every village, a similar letter was posted. Everybody who saw or heard this message, regardless of social position, all reacted the same. What? Previous chapter, next chapter. Chapter 77, Dejiza Trash. Who would force another to endure something like that? Bitch. Only a devil would do something like this. Bitch's face distorts terribly in anger. Wow, so refreshing. I never would have thought that a moment like this would be possible. Now, Fumi, ha ha. That's the face I wanted to see. Trash. Bastard. The names Trash and Bitches have become official. Now, Fumi. Revenge only gives birth to vengeance. It is a splendid phrase. You should endure. You should practice it, bitch. Bitch, shut up. I will absolutely never forgive you. She tried to attack me, but the queen's assistants held her down. Queen, since Bitch can use a pseudonym as an adventurer, what do you wish to call her there? Now, Fumi. Poor queen. Then that will be her adventurer name from now on. Other than those two names, you may not use anything else. Bitch, I'll kill you. Anytime there's a chance, I'll murder you without fail. Wow. Even faced with such killing intent, I can only feel refreshed, nothing else. Oh well. Now, Fumi, ha ha ha. Try it if you can. If you lay even a hand on me, it will be capital punishment. Queen. Yes, so you have been deprived of that right. I see. If it was me who executed a part of the royal family that would undermine the queen's dignity and authority, So she has deprived me of the privilege. Well, it's that sort of thing. Now, Fumi. This is so refreshing. Queen. Now then, there is something that I wish to get Iwatani-sama's cooperation with. Now, Fumi, what is it? Queen. During the last incident, didn't Iwatani-sama ask Trash to prostrate himself for an explanation? Both Bitch and Trash were forced onto their knees by the Queen's shadows and knights. Bitch, stop it. Who do you think I am? Trash. That's right. This one is, Queen. Aren't the both of you just an adventurer and a general? The Queen suppresses their complaints by informing them of their place. Queen, prostrate yourselves. Trash. What, my queen? This one is, stop it. This one will not bow. This one will never bow. No. Bitch, stop joking around. I will never kneel for this bastard. Trash and Bitch were surrounded by several people, forced to prostrate themselves, and their heads are being rubbed against the ground. A shadow in between the both of them speaks. Shadow, go ahead, Trash. Bitch, aawea. Trash and Bitch are yelling extremely loudly. Queen, shut them up. On the Queen's orders, clothes are used to gag Bitch and Trash. Trash, fumu, Bitch, moo. They are violently resisting with everything they have, but they are outnumbered and overpowered. Shadow, please, hero of the shield sama, lend us your power. Shadow #2. Hero of the shield sama, please fight for this country. Their voices are imitated by the shadows, and such phrases were spoken. Queen, how was that? Now, Fumi, how was that, you ask, being asked that while watching them kneeling on the ground by force. It is extremely refreshing, but, although it is refreshing, this request is a little. Queen, maybe if you step on their heads. Now, Fumi, oh damn, I didn't even think of that. Raphtalia, now Fumi-sama. I ignore Raphtalia's voice and begin to trample on the Trash and Bitch's head. Maybe Raphtalia wants me to be a hero that everyone respects. It is regrettable, but I am part of the commoners. It would be troublesome to be misunderstood as a saint. Well, then again, where would you find a commoner stepping on the head of a king? But I don't understand, Raphtalia. This degree of punishment is nothing compared to the humiliation I suffered. So, can't you at least give me this much? By the way, I did not stop even though Raphtalia called out. There was a time I thought Raphtalia was another bitch as well. There is no reason to support Trash and Bitch. They have been agonizing us until now. This is natural. Trash, moo, Bitch, fumu. Regardless of how much Trash and Bitch are being suppressed and humiliated, they are still resisting. After a while, Trash quieted down, so he was released. Somehow, he has the eyes of a raped woman. In his eyes there are tears overflowing. Just how much were you humiliated by bowing to me? Bitch is still resisting. Queen, oh my, this amount of torture should be about enough, don't you think? The Queen raises her hand and gives instructions. Queen, pick them up and throw them out of the throne room. Shadows and knights. Yes, ma'am. Both of them were thrown out. Whoa, that was a sight to see. Aside from Phiro, who seems happy, Raphtalia and Melty look at me with strained expressions. I feel that my evaluation may have dropped. They don't voice their complaints, but I can understand that I may have gone overboard. Queen, moving on. In order to request the cooperation of Iwatani-sama, I gave them this punishment. Now, Fumi. Well, there is no reason to decline since so much was already done. Against someone who can make their family do something like this, it's impossible to refuse. It's my own fault. Queen, first of all, did you have something you wanted to ask? Now, Fumi. I want to ask about the hero summoning and Four Saints' faith, the story of the legendary heroes and history of this country, how you arranged Raphtalia's purchase, and the reason you never showed yourself until now. There are still some other things I wish to ask, but this is generally it. Queen, I see. Then, shall I tell you the story concerning the legendary heroes? Thus the Queen began the talk. Queen, the story of the 4 holy heroes is a favorite of mine, though it differs for every country. Now, Fumi, how is it different? Queen, I think Iwatani-sama already has a vague idea, right? At the Queen's question I nod. Queen, you are already aware that in this country there is no story about the hero of the shield. They were deliberately erased. Now, Fumi, I see. In that book I read before being summoned to this world, the shield was mentioned but not described among the 4 holy weapons. I thought that was a story based on when I arrived to this world. That book may be describing the legend of this country. Queen, a great achievement that the hero of the shield accomplished was mediating between humans and demi-humans, but that was omitted. As a result, the other heroes had a hostile relationship with him. I see. Does that mean the shield will be trusted by the demi-humans unconditionally because he was their ally? Queen, as you can see, our country's principle is human supremacy. You already know the treatment demi-humans receive here. Now, Fumi. Yeah, I have been in this country for more than 3 months. I'm aware of the demi-humans being slaves in this country. Queen, due to such circumstances, we have very bad relations with Silt-Welt. Our countries have been fighting for a long time. Silt-Welt, the country with demi-humans following absolutism. These countries are like oil and water. Certainly, making peace with them would be ideal. Queen, by the way, Iwatani-sama, the religion in Silt-Welt is also a sect of the Four Saints faith, where they believe only in the hero of the shield. Now, Fumi. I roughly guessed it, but that seems to actually be the case, huh? Queen, yes. Now then, I'm sure Iwatani-sama understands how the three heroes' church came to be. Silt-Welt and Melromark are oil and water. Both of their religions are branched off from the Four Saints faith and are divided into the three heroes' church and shield religion. According to the Queen's story, they have been fighting for a long time. That means, now, Fumi. So I was summoned right in the middle of enemy territory. I see. I can only accept it. It would certainly be troublesome if the enemy's hero was being treated as a saint here. In the three heroes' church, the hero of the shield is written to be brutal and treacherous. Even my world's religion is the same. Every other god apart from yours is the devil. It's quite a common thing. Did Trash participate in the war against Silt-Welt? Is that why he looked at me with such hostility? Queen, now, returning to the story. When the wave was upon us, the conference of every country in the world agreed. Heroes needed to be summoned. The Queen was in another country attending the World Conference as Melromark's representative, and it was decided they would be the fourth to perform the hero summoning. The legendary heroes are traditionally summoned by the most powerful countries. Hero summons are supposed to be performed in Foburi. I don't know how many were summoned. However, whichever country succeeds in summoning them will get a big lead on other countries. However, the four legendary heroes did not respond to the summons. As a result of an investigation, it was found out that a holy relic was required to summon the four legendary heroes, and Melromark unexpectedly summoned them. It was even news to the Queen. Ignoring the summoning order in which the world has decided, and to use a holy relic for the summons. Queen, let's omit my struggles, and just to clarify that after a long investigation, it was found out that all of this was caused by the recklessness of the three heroes' church. Now, Fumi, I can only sympathize. Queen, I appreciate it. Now, Fumi, so what holy relic was used? Queen, at first glance, what used was just a metal fragment. But no matter how hard we try, we're unable to understand it. Now, Fumi. In other words, the reason we were summoned here is because of that holy relic. Queen, yes. If the summoning here failed, would the holy relic have been used in some other country until it succeeds? Queen, and so the biggest problem we are facing, the four legendary heroes that were summoned here by that holy relic. Now, Fumi, were only 4 people summoned. Queen, yes. Therefore, that relic has become the most important item. Now, Fumi, if it's such a huge problem, did the other countries blame this one? Queen, after I negotiated, not likely. Iwatani-sama and the other heroes are greatly related in this. It would be a good idea to have a talk with them after this. Now, Fumi, then why did the three heroes' church not just kill me and be done with it? Queen, it is necessary to keep you alive to avoid war. They were hoping for the waves to kill you. Probably. Indeed, that is the world's enemy, so the blame won't fall on the three heroes' church. Now, Fumi, were they waiting for the other heroes to get stronger? Queen, that also may be the case. If I was murdered immediately, there would be war. Was it because they could not cheat the other 3 heroes when we just got summoned? Queen, well, the other hero Samus are a bit. They do not understand the consequences of their actions. Now, Fumi, yeah, I figured. Those guys still believe this is a game. Only doubting visible evil and not doubting their friends. Queen, of course, there were others who acted as well. There have been large quantities of invitations from each country, particularly for Iwatani-sama. There were also plenty of donations towards the heroes. But you rejected all of them. Naofumi, what? What the heck is she saying? Queen, don't you have the memory of having done so yourself? It was on the third day you were summoned. Naofumi, what? Previous chapter, next chapter. Chapter 78. Contract. I recall the third day I was summoned. During that time, I was doubting everyone after the false accusation. Moreover, I was getting tired of people trying to deceive me by pretending to be friendly. Was there a chance that one of them actually wanted to be friends? Everything back then that sounded good to me was just a lie for people to get close. Naofumi, do not concern yourselves with me. There were even some people who saluted and said they understood. Then, does that mean I drove away everyone from Siltwelt because I told them not to concern themselves with me? Because I kept rejecting people? Shaiite. I drop on my knees and hug my head. Queen, as expected, I was also troubled. Moreover, Iwatani-sama was causing problems and crimes in various places. Naofumi. The queen was thinking of me like that. The reproach in her voice was severe. Queen, well, there were situations solved that were thanks to you, so I'll overlook it. Naofumi, what do you mean? Queen, you see, the heroes acted in order to remove the bad from this country. If looking at the results, they would all be successes. Queen, Iwatani-sama was crucial in solving the problems the other heroes caused. The other heroes caused problems, and I was the fireman going around the country putting out their flames. Queen, after the three heroes' church lost power, we are asking for cooperation with the Four Saints' faith to right the lies they spread about you. The three heroes' church sure didn't choose their methods. Naofumi, what about the other heroes? Queen, as for the spear, Bitch was with him, the sword, and Bao seemed to have been misled by false information from the guild. Did they just trust whatever they heard first? Well, if the evidence they had to work with was little, it would make sense. Though if it were me, I would just refuse the burden. But since I don't know, I cannot judge. Naofumi. Then next, Raphtalia, did you have the slave trader show me her? Queen. The more correct answer would be I gave instructions to a shadow. I do not know what kind of person this slave trader is. That reminds me. That fellow didn't talk to me like it was our first meeting. Slave trader. There was a customer who wanted to enslave a hero. So I intended to approach Hiro-sama with that open possibility, but I've changed my mind. Yup, those were the words that guy said on our first meeting. Wanting a hero as a slave. It's funny that such a person exists in this country. Queen, I heard the details. Please recall and think carefully. Do you think you can buy a slave with merely 20 pieces of silver? Naofumi. Well, I don't think so. Considering the condition she was in, I wasn't suspicious about the price, though I didn't actually check the price of any other slaves. It is doubtful that the Wolfman would have been sold to me for its actual price. It seems compared to other shops it was remarkably cheap. Seriously, that slave trader, what an outrageous fellow. To help me and not talk about it. Raphtalia, regardless of the circumstances in which I met Naofumi-sama, I am still grateful. Raphtalia says so with a smile. That's right. Even if there was something behind all of this, it doesn't change the fact that I bought Raphtalia from the slave trader. If Raphtalia wasn't there protecting my back, then it would have been dangerous. Raphtalia probably would have died if she had not met me either. At that time, the slaves beside Raphtalia were put there to make sure I choose her. In the end, I used most of what little money I had accumulated. Buy a slave that should have been sold. I would have likely doubted it if I was sold an excellent slave cheaply from the beginning. However, betraying his expectations, Raphtalia grew up to be first-class goods. Thinking back carefully, that slave trader really helped me. Naofumi. All right then, moving on. What is the reason behind you not coming back to the country? Queen, I think you understand from our talks. I was at the limits of my patience, and Melty wanted to meet Trash, so I laid a trap. The preparations for cornering the Three Heroes Church were also completed, thanks to her arrangements. The fight swung in our favor. Queen, I did not think they would possess a replica of the four legendary heroes' weapon. Even if I had been warned beforehand about the existence of such a weapon, the fight would still be incredibly difficult. Queen, the Pope was a foolish man. If he changed the replica weapon to a shield to receive Iwatani-sama's attack, and perhaps his life would have been saved. Naofumi. It can become a shield too. Queen, of course. However, The replica only had 1/4 of the original legendary weapon's power. Now, for me, that was only 1/4. Multiplying that power by 4 times, that's just too ridiculous. Well, to be fair, if it wasn't at least that strong, it would not have been a legend in the first place. Queen, and my husband who had fought against our country's nemesis Silt Welt in the old days. Trash has become a fool due to the long peace. If he was competent, or if his old wisdom returned, I would not be feeling this way now. Yeah, I figured they did not want me to reach Silt Welt due to that kind of border security. Is it possible that Trash wasn't the one that sent all the knights to the border? Oh well, we're still in the middle of our conversion. Queen, afterwards, let's see. I happened to be in range and helped out Iwatani-sama against the Pope. After hearing all of this, do you still wish to go to Silt Welt and start a war? Now, Fumi, HRMM. Even if the Queen thinks of me like that, is there any reason for me to protect them? But, Queen, by the way, Silt Welt, or Schildfrieden, whichever one Iwatani would have went to, I will tell you the outcome of your choice. Now, Fumi. Note, Shurido Furidan is changed to Schildfrieden, which means Peace of the Shield. What does the Queen intend to say? Queen. First, the demi-human princesses and nobles of various races will also approach Iwatani-sama, and thus a harem will be formed. Now, Fumi, that is disgusting. I feel nauseous thanks to the result of bitch's actions. A bunch of women approaching me with ulterior motives. Queen, anything you want would have been given to you. If you wanted to conquer this country, the people would have gladly taken up arms and started a war. That does sound good. But a harem, I'll endure it. Queen, though you will be fine till then. However, for all countries and all religions, those in power will be corrupted and have their beliefs dyed black. Now, Fumi, what? Queen, Iwatani-sama would be risking unidentified illnesses and unfortunate accidents. Now, Fumi, I don't really understand. Queen, it was how the hero of the shield in the past met his end. I would rather not hear this. Queen, by the way, do you remember those adventurers who lied about wanting to be in your party? Now, Fumi, yeah. It was several days after I arrived in this world. Queen, their horribly disfigured corpses were discovered several days later. Now, Fumi, Queen, there was also a soldier that asked for your signature a while ago. Now, Fumi, yeah. I gave it to him because he asked. No way. Now, Fumi, did he die? That fellow did his job properly. I would rather not see him meet his end like this. Queen, no. But the clothes that Iwatani-sama signed was stolen. It seems he was stalked every day until it was gone. Holy sh*t. That's troublesome. Queen, afterwards, the clothing was found to have been sold for a large amount sum in the black market. Next time I meet him, I'll apologize. Queen, I had to protect those soldiers who cooperated with Iwatani-sama. Now, Fumi. Are you blaming them? Queen, the knight leader was attacked by someone and murdered. The culprit has not been caught yet. Perhaps, with that, I've concluded that Silt Welt is an extremist country. What can I say? Would going to Silt Welt be heaven or hell? Of course, the Queen's story may not be entirely correct. Queen, I think that it would be safer for you to build your own relationships that you can trust. Now, Fumi. However, there is no reason to cooperate. The pain that I have received until now is not something that will simply just fade away with the Queen using her power. I'm still not convinced. Although I was concerned indirectly, the punishment and explanation the Queen gave a little while ago was done as the one in power in this country. Yet, she was too benevolent and showed mercy. I admit that I do recognize her abilities, but I do not trust her. Anything can be said, because it would be troublesome for them if I went to another country. I am being kept here. If what she says is correct, then I would be highly received regardless of Schildfrieden or Silt Welt. There is no special reason to staying in Melromark. Queen, the Queen is staring into my eyes while I think. Queen, up until now, I have been covering for all the damage that Iwatani-sama has received until now. I understand this is a selfish. However, to me, no, to this country, there is no other choice but to rely on you. If I can appease your anger with my head, then I would gladly pay the price. If you wish, I can even change my name. Therefore, please postpone your decision. Mirelia Q. Melromark will take a magical contract and vow that you will not be treated as you have been previously. The Queen bows deeply. Melty is speechless at this scene, and Raphtalia can only watch with her eyes wide open. Even Phiro seems to have sensed something is happening from the atmosphere. She is only really thinking about what is best for the country. If I really wanted Trash and Bitch dead, then there is no doubt that they would have died. Is Melromark really in such a dangerous position on the global scale? In other words, the fate of this country has been entrusted to my hands. If I wished I could destroy Melromark. But, Naofumi. Only once. Queen, what do you mean? Naofumi. Your shadow has saved our lives before. Queen, that means, Naofumi. I will believe you only once. Regardless of reason, there will be no next time. Queen, thank you very much. The queen lowered her head and bowed to me in appreciation. This might sound good, but I cannot go on doubting everything. No one is perfect. The enemy of a hero is not the country, it is the wave. If glass attacks while the countries are fighting each other, then we will be done for. I will not forget that the 3 heroes were defeated by her in the previous wave. There is no need to forcibly increase my enemies. The situation of being attacked from the front and behind has changed. If I defeat the wave, then I can return to my original world. I will concentrate on fighting the wave. And glass from now on. This is actually quite a big step forwards. Naofumi, are we safe diplomatically? Queen, I get what Iwatani-sama is asking. For the time being, all the problems have been dealt with. The only problem is not having a dependable hero-sama. Therefore, I wish to ask for Iwatani-sama's cooperation even if I have to take an oath. Naofumi, are you going to punish the other heroes that you will be relying on? Queen, certainly. Due to the hero-sama's actions and assistance in subduing the 3 heroes' church, their punishment won't be too severe, but I still have to punish them due to criticism from the surrounding countries are increasing. Naofumi, is that so? That's unfortunate. Well, I was hoping to show those fellows hell. Either way, if a chance comes, I'll take it. There are still a lot of things to discuss, but I suppose this is our position now. Queen, could you keep our conversation a secret from those 3? Heroes are human too. I don't know what they will do if weakness is shown. Certainly, there were many things that probably can't be said to those 3 heroes. I don't know about Motoyasu or Ren, but Itsuki might go into frenzy. Above all, the situation around me will be improving greatly. Naofumi, understood. One of those guys, Queen. Afterwards, I have the responsibility to watch over. Naofumi, is that so? Well, after this one enemy has finally disappeared. Queen, I am very sorry. Please forgive me for summoning you without permission and forcing you to fight. Naofumi, it's fine already. So what will you do from now on? Are you going to speak to those 3? Queen, yes, we will talk about matters of your participation over dinner. Naofumi, understood. The queen gives instructions to a subordinate walks towards the throne. Queen, Melty, let's go. Melty, okay. Queen, Iwatani-sama, thank you for protecting Melty. The queen lowers her head and bows in gratitude. Phiro, is Melchan going somewhere? As expected, Phiro seems to have understood and looks troubled. Naofumi, the world Melty lives in is different from us. It is unlikely we will be able to journey together like before. It was difficult to say that while I turned to the queen. Phiro, really? Phiro looks at Melty, who is crying. Melty, yeah. Phiro, we can't meet anymore. Melty, no. We will meet again. Many times. But traveling together is impossible. Melty faces the queen. The queen nods in confirmation. Phiro, but I won't say goodbye. Melty, all right. However, Phiro-chan is always welcome. Melty tells Phiro in a tearful voice. It's a fact that our journey had a big influence on Melty. When the waves are over, I made up my mind to leave Phiro with Melty. Phiro, even if we separate, Melchan will always be Phiro's friend, right? Melty, yeah. No matter what, I am Phiro-chan's friend. It was a touching scene, but goodbyes. I'm not sure if you should be saying that now since we will still be in the castle today. There is also no schedule for talking with the queen in the future. But I'll stay silent. Because this will deepen their friendship. Having a good friend is important for both of them. Raphtalia holds my hand as I watch the conversation. I clench her hand silently and understood without turning around. Previous chapter, next chapter. Chapter 79. Dinner. We were guided to dinner with the queen after resting in a VIP room. As the guided by the soldiers, we saw the luxurious tables throughout the hall. Isn't this even more luxurious than the time Motoyasu and I dueled? It's been a long time, but my innocence has finally been proven. I see the queen and Melty entered the hall holding hands. The two of them approach me while looking like they have something to say. Now, Fumi, what's wrong? Queen, well, oh dear, I'll just tell you truthfully. Now, Fumi. While I was looking puzzled, the queen muttered about something being deplorable. It seems that bitch and trash proposed to carry a dish from the kitchen to me. They reflected. Therefore, they want to bring me a dish as some kind of atonement. This information is immediately heard by the queen. The two of them snatched 2 dishes by force in the hallway to bring to me. This happened while the queen was in the hall preparing. Queen, it is an admirable attitude to carry the food. Both of them had cold sweat running down their back as they tried to put the food on my side. However, the queen ordered the soldiers to arrest them. I heard the circumstances from the shadows, supervising them in advance. Trash, what are you doing? Bitch, I did not do anything. They were protesting while being arrested. When caught, their reaction is as follows. Queen, yes, I pray you did nothing too. Now then, both of you, eat a mouthful of the food you tried to serve Iwatani-sama. Trash, such an impolite thing will not be done. Bitch, I did not do anything. Their pitiful selves repeat an excuse while resisting. Queen, yes, I believe you. So eat. Trash, that would be rude to the shield. Bitch, that's right. Something that has already eaten should not be served. Queen, that's all right. Just take a bit with some clean tableware. Trash, certainly not. Bitch, disgusting. Queen, eat it. The soldiers force-feed the two of them the dishes they carried. Note, there is a short time skip here that isn't mentioned. Now, Fumi. So, what has happened to them? Queen, Trash went to the toilet, and Bitch was carried to the hospital. Are they retarded? Trash used a laxative, and Bitch used poison. I should be fine thanks to poison resistance, but I don't exactly have a hobby of consuming poison. However, these guys clearly aren't reflecting at all. It would have been an excellent assassination, but their execution leaves much to be desired. Now, Fumi, they are going to be punished for this, right? Queen, naturally. I'll give Trash and Bitch a painful experience every day until they give up. Now, Fumi. Queen, it was good that they were caught so early. There was a chance that Iwatani-sama might have actually taken damage. Now, Fumi. I guess those guys didn't learn their lesson. They don't deserve any praise for their tenacity. It would be fine to be angry here. Let's try to evaluate the queen's enthusiasm in punishing them. Now, Fumi, observe them closely. If they are unhurt, I will withdraw our agreement. Queen, of course. Originally, the contents of their punishment would be supervised, then reported to Iwatani-sama periodically, until they stop misbehaving. Now, Fumi. Well, that's obvious. The queen also adds that there is always a shadow watching Bitch and Trash. So if they do something bad, then it will be reported immediately. So each time Trash and Bitch does anything, I can choose to reward or torment. They can even show me what's happening. This sounds very pleasant. Queen, yes. So please think about the extent of their punishment. Surely they will do it again. Since all attempts will be prevented beforehand, punish them accordingly, since Iwatani-sama presence is necessary to help Melromark. Now, Fumi. I understand. The queen then declares grandly to all the visitors that have gathered. Queen, I, Mirelia Q. Melromark, would like to thank everyone here for participating in this event. Everybody, please enjoy the feast and have fun. The participants who gathered in the hall cheered, and my reason for participating in this event is completely different from last time. Last time I participated for the money. I understand that the country's situation will become a lot harsher in the future. Fyro, wow. Fyro's eyes shine at the amount of food put on display. This party seems to be a restaurant-style buffet. Everything is in place like a luxurious restaurant for the important guests. If you still want to eat more, just head to the buffet and get a refill. We were guided to our designated table with our plates full. Last time we just stayed in a corner and ate. Now, Fumi. You may go get more food after you finish that plate. Fyro, really? Now, Fumi. There is a rule. You must maintain your human form. Fyro, okay. After devouring the expensive cuisine in front of her, Fyro begins to skip towards the buffet looking for more. For Fyro, is it quantity over quality? Somehow, Fyro's attitude reminds me of how Raphtalia was before. Incidentally, I look at Raphtalia. Raphtalia, What is it? Raphtalia spoke bashfully while I stared at her. Now, Fumi, is that enough? When you're done, go get more. Raphtalia, I do not eat so much anymore. Now, Fumi, it's bad for your health. Even during forced marching, replenishing your body's nutrients is important. Raphtalia, huh? Raphtalia sighs deeply. Did I say something wrong? Raphtalia, Naofumi-sama, what kind of girls do you prefer? Naofumi, what? There isn't really any kind of girl I particularly prefer. I would like to avoid such a topic since it makes me recall bitch. Raphtalia, in your original world, did you have someone you liked? Naofumi, what are you saying? There is no such person. That is not my reason of wanting to return to my former world. Why would she think that? Raphtalia, huh? Raphtalia sighs again. Naofumi, I don't really understand your questions, but I am only returning because I want to go home. After everything is concluded, I will not hesitate to return to my original world. But if I had to look for a reason, then, suddenly I recall when I first arrived in this world. Is my wish to return coming from the fact that I was deceived by bitch? These feelings, after recognizing them again, seem to have become stronger. Mysterious voice, hero of the shield Sama. Naofumi. When I turned to the direction of the voice, a volunteer who I recognized is heading towards us. These two. One of them was the one that asked for a signature. Naofumi, I'm glad to see you safe. Soldier, you have nothing to worry about. That's not it. I look at the soldier who received the signature. Naofumi, were the clothes that I signed stolen? It's my fault. The soldier shakes his head. Soldier B, it's all right. Naofumi, I see. If it's fine, then I won't worry. So how did the signature get stolen? What happened? It seems to be the work of a group from the extremist country. He got caught up in this unfortunate event. Naofumi, can't be helped. Extend your hand. Soldier B, yes? It's not the best thing I can give, but it can't have an actual form. I shake hands with the soldier who wanted the signature. Soldier B, I wonder what the standards for handshakes in this world are. It would be bad if this was rude. Naofumi, I apologize for troubling you. I am grateful for your cooperation given the circumstances. Forgive me with this for now. Soldier B, okay. The soldier nods very joyfully. His cheeks are dyed red. This child is probably one who believes in the Four Saints faith or the Shield religion. That's probably why he wanted my signature. I hope some dangerous guys don't want the hand that I shook. Was this too rash? Naofumi, if there is an opportunity, I'll thank you. Properly. Soldiers, okay. Just when I was about to speak. Mysterious voice. Naofumi. Naofumi. Motoyasu walks towards me while fuming. Soldiers who realize the situation rushes to stop Motoyasu. Soldiers, please wait. Motoyasu, out of the way. The soldiers were knocked away, and Motoyasu continued on. Motoyasu, let's duel. Naofumi, what's with you suddenly? Do you suffer an illness that forces you to fight me at every feast? Motoyasu, I heard about it. That you changed Main's name selfishly. Were you seduced by bitch? Bitch is clinging to Motoyasu while crying. Bitch, hero of the shield Sama, selfishly asked Mama to change my name without my permission. Her acting isn't very good. Looking carefully, bitch's equipment is different from before. All her luxurious equipment is gone. All that's left are cheap products. Oh, was her equipment seized by the queen? Well, that's a shame. Motoyasu, why are you acting so childish? Naofumi, ha. Motoyasu, it's not funny. Such a pitiful name. Naofumi, I know, right? This is the consequence of bitch's deeds. I mean, bitch was carried to the hospital earlier as a result of her actions. Motoyasu, if I win, you will change her name back. Naofumi, I've already beat you, Motoyasu. This time is different. Naofumi, I guess so. You are that kind of guy. I have no reason for fighting at all. I'm also getting a bad feeling. The crowd parts and the queen walks in. Motoyasu, Queen Sama, please grant a duel between Naofumi and I. Motoyasu seems to think the queen would allow such in the duel just as Trash did. Queen, I will not. Motoyasu expresses his surprise and seems flabbergasted by the queen's words. Previous chapter, next chapter. Chapter 80. Invigoration, edited by Everyday So Cloudy Queen. Kitamura-sama, do not get bitch's name wrong. Motoyasu's mouth hangs open in astonishment. What did he think would happen? Queen, As a princess, her name is Bitch, and as an adventurer, she is known as Whore. Motoyasu Wayo. Are you even Maine's parent? Queen. Yes, that's correct. But that was her previous name. Now she is Bitch. The queen instructs the soldiers with her eyes. Bitch was peeled off Motoyasu. Bitch, wait. What are you doing? I am, Queen. What is a mere adventurer saying? You have no authority here. Motoyasu, what are you doing to her? Queen, Kitamura-sama. If you do not address her correctly, for every time that you call her incorrectly, I will have to add another burden for her to shoulder. Motoyasu has an unbelievable face and glares at the queen. Queen, there were many reasons to change her name. First of all, she falsely accused Iwatani-sama of rape, and then pettily took advantage of her younger sister's life during the crisis. There are various other reasons, but those are the main reasons. This is already a rather weak punishment. Motoyasu, what are you saying? Queen, I believe you would want to thank Iwatani-sama for this lenient punishment. After not getting what he wanted, Motoyasu glared at me in displeasure. Motoyasu, the brainwashing dash, no Fumi. There was no such power. Queen, yes, that's right. Do not be deceived by false rumors spread by the Three Heroes Church. Iwatani-sama has gained the trust of the people with his own strength. Naofumi. That's right. It seems that the queen is becoming slightly irritated, since her daughter's reckless behavior is uncontrollable. Did she not learn her lesson? Though I still don't believe in her completely, the queen is really quite pitiful. The queen raises her fan upwards. Queen, I declare that any allegations about raping adventures that have been placed on Hero of the Shield Iwatani no Fumi-sama to be nonsense. An applause breaks out. When I glance at Motoyasu, he is looking around the hall restlessly with an incredible irritated expression. Motoyasu, you think this is funny? What? You still think I'm a sex offender? Is your desire for a harem so strong that it doesn't matter what a woman does? Queen, now then, Kitamura-sama. Please use her correct name. Keep in mind that every time the wrong name is used, her debt to the country will increase. Motoyasu, stop joking around. Motoyasu glares at me for some reason. Queen, Iwatani-sama is not related to this. Now call her name. Motoyasu. Who would call her that? Queen, then I shall separate you and Bitch, and she will have no way to repay her debt. Isn't that right, Iwatani-sama? Naofumi. Queen. This child, Bitch. No way. Motoyasu-sama. Bitch notices the situation deteriorating and begs Motoyasu for help. However, everybody except for Motoyasu understands this is only for self-protection. There is no way she could change so quick. Motoyasu. Goo. Queen. Kitamura-sama should understand by now, because she was born a coward and grew up looking down on others. Motoyasu. She is not like that. This guy is the evil one. Motoyasu points at me and declares, do you even understand that the ground you're standing on is gone? Are you still blindly believing the lies you were fed? It would be fine to leave it to the queen. But maybe I can solve this without violence. Naofumi. Very well. If you want a match so badly, I'll keep you company. Queen, Iwatani-sama, is this fine? It is fine to fight each other to prove who is correct, but killing is forbidden. Naofumi. Yeah, I understand. But please remember that this is one-on-one. I said that since I remember being struck in the back by magic. Motoyasu. That's a given. Naofumi. Well, it can't be helped if you want to fight. But stop and think for a second. Who was it that you could never land a finishing blow on? Motoyasu was a little startled and continues to stare at me. Naofumi. If you seriously fight me without your companions, can you win? Motoyasu. Naofumi. By the way, I can heal myself. I'm sure you can imagine the outcome in a war of attrition. Though at that time I couldn't attack, unlike now. As expected, Motoyasu's fighting spirit has been dampened thanks to that experience. Naofumi. Hey, if you've given up, just say her name. Motoyasu. *T. Queen. If you do not say her correct name, then I will separate you two. Bitch, mama. Motoyasu. Bitch shouts at the queen with a mortified expression. Motoyasu murmured inaudibly with an expression full of distress. Motoyasu. Whore. Bitch. Shield. I'll never forgive you. Naofumi. Say what you want, bitch. The queen gives instructions to release Bitch. Queen. That's enough. Please please understand that you cannot make absurd demands against Iwatani-sama by abusing your power anymore. Because my policy is to treat all heroes equally. Motoyasu, what about this is equal? Queen, oh my. Did you think I would just overlook the misfortune that Iwatani-sama was forced to put up with while I was away? Did you ever treat all the other heroes equally? Rin and Itsuki approach while this was happening. Queen, hero of the sword-sama, hero of the bow-sama, please understand. My daughter, bitch, falsely accused Iwatani-sama. As her punishment, her name has been changed to bitch. This was the result of sympathy as well. Rin, sure, Itsuki, you understood. Queen, please treat the current situation as repaying Iwatani-sama for his past troubles. Since the rest of you hero-samas have already received plenty of preferential treatment compared to Iwatani-sama. The queen said I would be receiving preferential treatment only for now. But these fellows don't look convinced. Motoyasu is standing worryingly beside bitch while she looks at the queen with an unpleasant expression. After Rin and Itsuki confirmed the situation and figured out that everything is under control, they just stood there with unreadable expressions. Rather, a feeling of, that's right, could be felt from them as they look at Motoyasu and remember him being favored. Queen, bitch, I'll be adding to your punishment seeing as the change of your name was not completed thoroughly, and that you have once again brought trouble to Iwatani-sama. Bitch, shut up. Do not call me bitch. Queen, it seems you have not reflected in the slightest. It cannot be helped. The queen claps her hands, and a wizard brings a familiar ink bottle to her. Motoyasu, what are you going to do? Motoyasu notices the threatening atmosphere and raises his voice. The soldiers hold Motoyasu back while the magician begins the ceremony on bitch. The queen pricks her finger with a needle and drips her blood on the ink. That is, I see. So that's what is going to happen. Bitch, no. Release me. As expected of bitch, she understands the current event as well. She violently struggles, but the soldiers keep her steady. Although Motoyasu doesn't understand what is happening, but he recovers and readies his spear. Motoyasu stood up, as if they would. Nao Fumi, shield prison. While controlling my anger, I change to the wrath shield and trap Motoyasu. Bitch, no. Stay away. Who do you think I am? Queen, aren't you just a plain adventurer? No, wait, worse, you're a criminal. This is punishment for the failed assassination attempt of giving poison to Iwatani-sama. As the queen is reminding bitch, she gives the signal. Ink is dropped onto bitch's chest, and a pattern is carved there. Bitch, Kaiaoea. After bitch screams for a while, then the pattern disappears as if it was never there. It's different from Raphtalia's. Raphtalia has a tattoo, while nothing can be seen on bitch. Queen, this is a high-class slave crest. It is not usually visible until certain conditions are met, and when it appears, punishment is dealt. Something like Pharaoh's demon crest? Queen, the condition is attacking Iwatani-sama. Whether by direct attack with magic or indirect attack with poison, nothing is allowed. Bitch glares at the queen with watery eyes. Motoyasu. Mei, whore, are you all right? Motoyasu is released from the prison, runs up bitch, and holds her. I wonder if that was a smart decision. After receiving a serious counterattack, Motoyasu and bitch must be extremely frustrated. Queen, now then, shall we get down to business? Rin, what would that be? What a quick change of gears. Is this the dignity of a queen? It's quite nasty. Rin and Itsuki's expressions are also cramping up. Queen, yes, I think Hero Samus would enjoy this news very much. What the queen is going to say. While holding some doubts, I listen attentively to the queen's story. Queen, a country that is off the coast, Kalmyra Island, has become active. I request the participation of all Hero Samus. What island? How is it becoming active? Yo-vo. The three of them have gotten excited. Motoyasu, are you forgetting bitch? You were looking extremely mortified a little while ago. Nao Fumi, what's that? Is there something there? Queen, since Iwatani-sama does not know, I'll explain. That island is only active once every 10 years. There is a phenomenon where experience earned in that area greatly increases during that time. The queen's long story can be summed up like this. The island, Kalmyra Island, is famous as a holiday resort, and various demons inhabit the location. It's also famous for adventurers who want to level up quickly during its active period every 10 years. It seems this event will greatly help the 4 heroes who are a bit weak right now. Queen, of course, we have already requested for the island. So everyone, please participate. In online gaming terms, would this be considered an event dungeon? Do the enemies have an extremely good experience to strength ratio? If you are a gamer, then you would be extremely pleased with this event. If anything, Queen, preparations have been completed already, and I would like the hero Samus to participate in this big event. Naofumi, event. Run, what will we be doing? The Queen answers after hearing our questions. Queen, it is just the hero Samas will be having a staff and information exchange with each other at Kalmira Island. Of course, only if all 4 of you agree. Heroes, what? The Queen drops quite a ridiculous request. The next day, Trash, no. The Queen is torturing Trash by freezing him in front of me. I feel refreshed while looking at Trash's face in pain. Queen, seriously, Iwatani-sama sure is resourceful. After hearing the story of Kalmira Island, I agreed so that we could increase our levels. According to my conversation with the Queen, Kalmira Island is also a great location for hot springs. Moreover, it seems the hot springs have a healing effect on curses. But there is a bad problem. Even if I am good, Raphtalia and Pyro still haven't classed up yet and cannot gain levels. When I told the Queen, she brought in Trash, and thus such a situation happened. Trash is being frozen and finally begins confessing after a while. Queen, it can't be helped. Please start your journey after receiving class up at the Hourglass of the Dragon's Era for your companions. Naofumi, are you not coming to the island? Queen, I have some internal affairs. Instead, the shadows will be dispatched. Well, I figured. Naofumi, speaking of which, why are we doing an information and staff exchange? It seems the atmosphere has become unpleasant. Queen, did you not like the idea? Naofumi, nope, I hate those guys. Queen, well, you might be able to learn a different method to get stronger from the information exchange with the other hero Samus. Naofumi, well, that is one possibility. What can I say? Though it would be a problem to beat those guys without the curse series. It should only be a matter of time before those guys obtain their own curse series, though by then they will be quite behind. I don't like it, but it might be helpful. Naofumi, why do we have to exchange personnel? Queen, so that you can take into account how their companions fight while working together. Naofumi, is that it? Queen, no. This also doubles for information exchange. If they are careless, you might be able to learn how they get stronger. I should consider this very carefully. The reverse is also quite possible. But with consideration of the wave, it's important for all of us to get stronger. In the future, when we will be fighting together, it would be helpful to know how these guys fight. Queen, for Trash to have such a good idea. Naofumi, this was proposed by Trash. Queen, yes, though originally the plan was to give preferential treatment to Kitamura-sama. I see. In order to steal information from the other heroes to help Motoyasu. This Trash, what a cunning old man. Though I don't think I would have been included in the trip to Kalmira Island. Queen, with that said, will you be going? Naofumi, it's a good idea. It may be beneficial. Queen, I do not know how much aid money I can provide to Iwatani-sama, yet since the treasury count is still incomplete. Please look forward to it after returning. Naofumi, I'm assuming that living expenses there is already paid for. Queen, of course, those expenses have already been prepared. Now then, shall we go to the Hourglass of the Dragon's Era? Since preparations have been completed, let us make haste and begin the magical contract there. Naofumi, understood. Let's go. Raphtalia. Okay, Pyro. Okay. By the way, Pyro slept with Melty last night. Melty also wanted to sleep in Pyro's feathers. I remember the teacher who walked in on that in the morning and screamed. Thus, with the Queen and Melty, we head towards the Hourglass of the Dragon's Era. Previous chapter. Next chapter.